Okay, today's adventure is,
วัดเขาวงพระจันทร์
and here it is on Google Maps and Google Earth. And you can't get any scale for that Buddha, but we'll get her to stand at the foot of it so you have some scale. There's about 150 or 200 steps to that Buddha, which is a separate staircase. And then up on top, we're going to be climbing 3,790 stairs from where we are now to the chapel that's on this peak. And then there's another couple hundred stairs to the chapel that's on that peak. So by the time we finished today's hike, or this afternoon's hike, we're trying this in the evening. I think it's a mistake. We should be doing it in the cool of the morning, but I was overruled. So we're doing it in the heat of the afternoon. But it's going to be well in excess of 4,000 stairs by the time we get there. So we'll pick this up at the base. And here we are approaching the entrance to the lower Wat proper. And just heard some wild geese. Was that goose I hear? Yeah, she's embarrassed. Okay, we're gonna head for the staircase. Once again, I had the camera on the wrong zoom setting. It didn't revert back this time. So this is as we come through the entrance. More excellent videography, as you'd come to expect. And up there is our first destination. Let's hope we don't have any more wild geese. And here we have the beginning of today's journey. We learned the first time we came up here, that most people who do this climb wear golfing gloves or fingerless gloves of some kind, because the railings are not stainless steel. And by the time you've gone up and down, your hands will be extremely dirty. A lot of people wear gloves. And this is actually the official starting point when you start up. You can bring your own water, and I suggest some energy bars and perhaps like one of the energy drinks. But there are little kiosks all the way up. I don't know how many will be open today, because today's not one of the big holidays, but there is water and snacks available, albeit at a somewhat higher price. And you okay? All right. Stair one. All of the food and drinks that are for sale up here have to be carried up on backpack. And there's some of the vendors up here in their 70s who do this hike 2 or 3 times a day. But they have a very unique way of getting back down. They throw a burlap sack over the railing. You can see how polished it is here. And they ride the railing down, just using hand pressure to squeeze the pipe and slow themselves. And with any luck, we might see somebody do it today, but it's pretty quiet. So we'll pick this up at the first stair marker, or I should say the second stair marker. We are at the official 500 stair mark. And I don't know where she is. Here she comes. So far so good. It's mighty damn hot this afternoon though. We should have done this in the morning. We're at the 1,000 step mark, and so far it's going very well. I have missed 2 of the sliders. I don't know if this lady's going to hop on. Yes, there she goes. And that's their way down. She's a lot slower than most of the men I see go by. They're a little bit more reckless, or perhaps more experienced. But it's a pretty good grade you're coming down. And my habit of looking down at the stairs instead of up ahead of me, I don't know they're coming until I hear a sound like rushing water. Trying to get the camera out, get the glove off, get the camera started. I've missed them. I think I'll keep the camera out for a bit and see if I can catch one of the guys coming down. Here's a view of that Buddha, and I'm going to zoom in and see if we can capture the person that's at the base of it down there. Give you an idea of scale. I think you can see that person walking along the right-hand side of the base, or the base of the gold, just above the white. So that gives you some idea of the scale of this guy. Now I've got a picture I took of this last time we did this hike. It was in the evening. It was a lot later than this. It was cool and it was getting dark. And here's a night shot, actually a couple of night shots of that Buddha at night, lit up. And again, to give you an idea of scale, you can see the person down there at the base, just how small they are. So it gives you an idea of how far up we've come so far. And the staircase continues up here. We're going to go up through that little kiosk and then up again. And again, we've just passed the 1,000 stair mark. All right. I've just came up on the 1,500 stair marker. She's complaining it's hot, like I told her it was going to be. But I'm not the boss. So we have Nung Pan Jet Loi Gao Sip, or 1,790 more to go. And we'll be at the first chapel at the top. And the sun is still pretty high in the sky. It's bloody hot. But I'm just going to keep going on slowly. We're at the kiosk that's 1,800. Nung Pan Bat Loi. And this is with a dry hand. If your hand, using your bare hand and it's sweating, your whole hand at this point would be that color. So, I don't know where she's at. take a little water break here, I guess, and wait for her to catch up. Okay, we're coming up on the 2,000 stair marker. I stopped and had her drink a little bit of water and eat a snack. I think she's feeling a little bit stronger now. We're going to continue the journey upwards. That means we have Nungpan Jetloi Gausip stair left. 1,790 to the top. Cop. So we'll pick this up at the next marker. All right, Songpan Haloi, or 2,500. So 200. Excuse me. 790 to go. And what's surprising me is how quickly the markers are coming up. Oh, she's not too far behind this time. She's just down near the other side of that kiosk. Now, to be fair, a lot of these steps are only 3 inches in height, so with my legs, I take them 2 at a time. But you can see there's a kiosk up there through the woods. There's one here. There's rest stations, and during the busy times, these are all open selling water and snacks. We didn't expect much. You can see a kiosk here, and just around the bend down there's another one. We were up here last year for the Buddhist Planting Festival, which is next week, and it was pretty crowded. And we decided to come up here this week, and she was making noise the other day about coming back for the festival and doing it again. We'll see how she feels after today. My heart rate has been doing great. I haven't broken 130 today. And I put that to all the practice runs we've been making. Doing 630 stairs 2 and 3 times at a whack. Every couple of days. Yeah, she's doing pretty good now. It is cooling off a lot. The sun is getting a lot lower down towards the horizon, and the breeze is starting to pick up, so I think she'll be okay. But I think next time she'll listen when I say we should do this early in the morning. All right. We'll pick it up at the next marker. Got some beautiful butterflies flying around up here. I don't know a lot about butterflies, but there's some pretty ones flying around. Whoops, they'll settle down a little bit. And unfortunately, I woke up mother dog, and being concerned for her puppies, she set up a ruckus, but she settled down. She doesn't seem aggressive, she just seems protective. But I'm going to stay here until Jip gets by, just to make sure everything's all right. Sadly, the last few days, the air quality here in Thailand has been atrocious. Not nearly as bad as it was when I was in China, but compared to what it was about 3 weeks ago, this is horrible. But you can see the Wat we walked through down here and the big Buddha over here. But that's where it all started, and the parking lot's just on the other side where we left the truck. She's doing much better. She's trucking along. This is her usual 2 or 3 steps break, 2 or 3 steps, which is fine. Alrighty, gonna head up. And here we are, Sampan, 3,000 steps up. And there's the Buddha down below. Just was past, there was a elderly lady. I'm going to put her probably 80, 82 with what looked like her grandson coming down. And she was going backwards, hanging onto the railing, but going backwards down the stairs. She probably has the same issue I do. I can go up these without hardly any difficulty at all. It's going back down that's painful for me. I've got a bad knee and a bad hip, and it just tears me up going back down these stairs, but we'll just take it easy. And when I get up to the last couple dozen stairs, I'll stop again and wait for Jep to catch up so that we can do the peak together. But once I'm moving, if I stop, I more or less got to keep going. I can't stop for more than a couple minutes, or it's just too hard to get going again. As long as I'm in motion, I'm great. Boy, the sweat's dripping off me like crazy, though. It is some kind of hot. The breeze has died down and all of the shade's gone. Oh, here she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Sorry, I shouldn't put you through that kind of pain. Sawadee krap. Okay, we'll catch you closer to the top. This gives you an idea of how steep the hill is. That tree is growing vertical. And this is the slope. That's got to be over 45 or under 45 degrees. Maybe 40 degrees here. Excuse me. And it makes you wonder how the devil did they get all this concrete up here. They must have had some kind of pulley and lift system. It would be nearly impossible just climbing up here without carrying anything. So they must have just started at the bottom and a little at a time until they got to the top. But holy cow. And there's something I didn't see last time. There's a set of stairs going off the side here. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe that was some kind of overlook. Go down here and take a look. Don't know. It seems to go out to a little prominence point that sticks out, and that's it. There's nothing there. It's straight down on the other side of it. Right at that little point, rocky point right there. It just goes straight down. So, not really sure what these stairs are all about. But, well, the power lines give you an idea of how steep it is, as does that slope on the opposite side of the little valley there. I'm on the last 270 steps, and I've gone up at least 100 of them, so I'm figuring I got about 190 steps to go. So we'll pick this up when I get up there. Finally managed to catch one. And there he goes down one of the really steep sections. So it's gonna... Alrighty, you've seen it. We have just about reached the top. You can see the portal up there with the yellow rock in front, gold rock. That will be the first landing for the first temple. We'll take a break there for a few minutes, and then we'll continue on to the second chapel. Okay, we are at the top. We will take you up to the official sign here in a second. Come on, we have to go up under the sign. Huh? Gone? Oh no, there it is. They changed it, different. Oh, oh no, it's still here. They just move. There it is in Thai. And here's the one in Roman characters. Or English. No, I guess they're both in Roman characters, but they've added a new one in Thai here. That V-shaped bench, which looks broken, was made like that. And this is the official 3,790 for the main chapel. There's a cave chapel, and it's not much of a cave. I've gone down in it, and unless you're going into worship, there's not too much to see. Ta-da! We got to do some selfies here. Let me stop the camera and turn on our video and turn on the camera. Yep, said she's had enough. She's not going any further. You stay here tonight? And you can just about see the other chapel up there through the trees. And just over this roof with the wet red and the white stripe, right in the middle of that roof, you can see the other set of stairs going up to that one. So we'll make our way over there shortly. Video from up here at the first chapel, because of the air quality, isn't great today. Be a really spectacular view from up here if the air was cleaner. They say a lot of this comes in from China and Burma. So those of you who think China is the green capital of the world, time for your wake-up call. Yes, I know some of this is from the Thais burning their fields, but most of this is traceable back to China. I worked there for a long time, and there's days you can't see half a mile. Okay, we're going to head over to the other chapel. All right, this is the way to the other chapel. Jep has decided that she's had enough. So I'm going to do this on my own. Head up to the top of the other one. Hello. Hello. One of those dogs was blind, or it's got cataracts so bad it can't possibly see much. But we're going to head up here. Oh, what does this say? I better do a translation on this. Okay, the translation of that is, please remove your shoes. So I have done so. I didn't remember we had to take off our shoes coming up the stairs last time, but we're going to do it. Fortunately, they're marble and cool down. Go lay down. Woof, woof, woof. One of the hazards of these temples when there's not a lot of people around is the dogs can get aggressive. And I left my walking stick back with Jip. But I think we'll be all right. I'll turn this on again at the top. Hey, we're up here at the other chapel. And I probably should have left my shoes on. There's nobody around. This place has not been cleaned in a while. So be it. We were talking to a young couple that was up here just a minute ago. Thai couple. Young girl, young man. I guess he was about 20 and she looked to be about 18, 19. And he said there is another way up the backside of this mountain, which I figured there had to be. But he said it's only accessible through one of the Thai military bases, because there's all of this microwave gear up here, telephone relay and communication relay stuff. Now, while they could have done this with helicopter, it'd be a whole lot easier just to truck everything up. But the sun's down below the horizon at this point, and it's definitely cooling off. We were up here in the dark and I couldn't get a good feel for what the drop was here, and it's considerable. The camera's not picking it up, but it's 200 feet straight down off the edge. A tree growing out of the face of the ledge here, but okay, this part of the drop's maybe 70 feet, 50 to 70, but all the way down to the bottom it's 150 to 200 feet. Didn't see that lake up here last time, or that one. The one just to the left of the tree, and the one just to the left of this peak. This one I knew about. Like I say, it was dark. We came up late evening last time. Not late evening. We probably started about 4:30, 4:45. So there was about this much light when we started, and it was pretty much pitch black when we got up here. So that's this hike. Now tomorrow, I want to go back and shoot some more footage by the big gold Buddha. I wanted to do it today, but she was antsy to get started up here. The big Buddha is right down through the trees there. Looking pretty small from here, but you saw the people standing next to it for scale in the beginning of this video. Those are monks' quarters in there. And I don't know about the screen roof, but this building, this chapel, was open last time we were up here. But again, it was the planting season for the monastery, for the monks. It's one of the Thai holidays. Yeah, there's a plethora of stuff up here. Plethora. Never was an English major. All right. We'll try to film a little outro when we get to the big Buddha tomorrow. I'm going to shut this down for now and make my way past the dogs. Well, this is going to serve as our outro. This morning we went back to the big Buddha, but the sun was directly behind it and directly in the camera lens, and there was no way to get any video that was going to be worthwhile. So we've decided to head down to Surat for the Sunflower Festival. And we spotted this on a hillside on the way. So we took a break. We'd been on the road about half an hour and figured we'd take a look at this. Very nice setting. Just one of the many hundreds of thousands of temple complexes. But this one stood out because of the way the sun was glinting off it as we came down the highway. So that'll be it for this one. And we'll pick up another video when we get to Salt Valley. Take care, stay well.